out, and California was dead last. So, I mean, we take a look at the grand scheme of things and we see, the disproportionate, way that things are being doled out. We already knew that our communities were already low on the totem pole. Well, now here comes COVID-19, and we really see the real deal. Things have really, really shaken out across this country, not just in New York, but across this country, about what racial disparity really looks like. So if we had any doubt about it, there's just that old adage, in the community that goes, when Black people catch a cold, or white people catch a cold, Black people catch pneumonia, well, we catch COVID-19. So we've just taken it to a whole other level with this horrible pandemic right now. And it really is going to be incumbent on us to really push for what we need, because people keep saying that we want to come back to, or we're learning now how to deal with the new normal. I don't know about you, but the old normal wasn't too great for people. So when we come out of this thing, I want to see something that's not really so normal. I want us to be so abnormal that you don't recognize what our communities of color look like anymore. Because it's going to be time for us to do some different things, to us to become entrepreneurs where we were not entrepreneurs, for us to get online where we were not online, for us to teach our younger ones coming up that now may have a gap in education because of this whole distant learning thing. Seniors that potentially are going into college, seniors that are coming out of college, going on to grad school and other things. We're going to have to teach them how to do things differently when it comes to making money. So, I'm just kind of, going a little off the top of my head now, because quite frankly, I'm a little punchy. I had oral surgery yesterday, so my meds are working, so I'm good. So it's really going, hi, Ernie. It's going to become, incumbent upon us to really wrap our arms around each other across our communities of color, across Southeast Queens. I call it our Southeast Queens nation. We're going to have to wrap our arms around each other, share those resources, share the love, because again, I don't know about you all, but I don't want to go back to normal again. And I don't think that that's ever going to be possible again. So I'm going to do my part to make sure that we continue to push in the council. I did introduce legislation, Intro 1914, to protect small business owners that may be harassed by landlords. So we're going to make that illegal. For landlords to harass small business tenants, particularly when it comes to COVID-19 and the effects of COVID-19 and the facts that businesses have not been able to open their doors or make the money, that the revenue that they're used to making. So that's my contribution for now. There's so much more to talk about, but I really want to hear from you all, hear from what your experiences are. But we're going to really be pushing hard on the federal government to continue to do more for our communities of color, particularly for our small businesses. So thank you for the opportunity to be with you all tonight. Thank you, Southeast Queens Chamber, Dr. Lord, for your leadership, and everybody that's taking the time tonight to join in the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, and I'd like to go to, from the Senator Leroy Comey's office, we'd like to go to Ernest Flowers III. Hi, Ernest.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. And Ernest is the business development director. So Ernest, we'd like to hear from you. What would you like to let the small businesses know at this point?
Well, it's an honor to be on with all of you. On behalf of Senator Leroy Comey, we just want to let you know that we're here for you, and we understand that the small business is the lifeblood of the community and in our economy in general. And we understand that there's been a lot of frustration regarding the recent stimulus packages, specifically the PPP loans, many of our larger banks have not been as accommodating to us as we would have wanted them to be. But we have a host of smaller institutions that we have a database of that's been very helpful. Even in the last 24 hours, many institutions or larger institutions that will remain nameless, who unfortunately did not help our small businesses and actually helped businesses that had access to capital markets. We've been able to direct them to some of our smaller institutions that have been helping them. And with this second round of financing or stimulus, there are many smaller institutions that still have money for the PPP loans. So I want to encourage everyone to not be discouraged and to apply for them even tomorrow morning. And if you know of those individuals who are discouraged, please tell them to apply. They can call our office, Senator Comey's office, and we have a list. We'll share it with all the other, our partners and elected officials of smaller institutions that can help them. So whether it's a barbershop, I've talked to beauty salons who have been told or think that because most of their employees are 1099, or not employees, but most of their workers in their booths, in their spaces are 1099s and not the actual employees, that they can't apply. Everybody can apply. If you own a business, then your payroll is you and you still have rent. So everyone can apply. The SBA is not turning down anyone. The SBA is accepting all packages. It's the financial institutions that you have to get through. So we have to encourage our businesses. I've talked to many over the last several days that have been very discouraged, and I've actually had to walk them through these different packages to apply. So whether they're a barbershop, whether they're a beauty salon, whether they're a restaurant, whatever it is, if they're a one-person show, or if they have 3 employees, we need to encourage them to apply, because this is money that is forgivable. It can be forgiven. You will not have to pay it back if you use it to, if you apply it toward payroll and apply it toward rent and things of that nature. And even if you don't use it for those purposes and you want to buy a boat, or you want to buy something that will help benefit your business, it's 1% interest. All right. So it's something that we must encourage everybody to use. And again, there are a list of things that I won't go into right now, but if you have any specific questions, definitely we're here to help. But I agree with the councilwoman 100%. We don't want to just be a new normal. We want to go beyond. And I think that if we all work together, emphasizing minority and women businesses and making sure we take advantage of all the resources that are out there, I think we'll be successful.
Amen. I feel like it's a good one. Thank you. We will. We're going to rebound. Amen. I want to welcome State Senators Leroy Comrie and State Senator James Saunders. Hi, guys. Welcome. Thank you so much for the hard work that you're doing. Okay, Senator Comrie.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I just wanted to pop on really quickly and just see some faces, You can't see folk anymore, so it's Ernie Flowers is a great representative of my office that can give you details on the things that we're doing. We send out a daily email blast as well, so please partake of that. If you haven't, you can go onto my you can email me at info@leroycomrie.org, info@leroycomrie.org to get on my email blast, or all of the elected officials in Southeast Queens. Councilmember Adams, good evening. Saw you a few minutes ago. She has an email blast. Councilmember Richards, all of the elected officials are sending out information and updates about COVID-19 issues and issues regarding small businesses. So I would encourage you to get on all of it. I would also encourage you, as small businesses in South, especially in the Jamaica area, we are way behind on the census count. I know it's still you know, that we had the hard copies are just coming out this week, I believe, but we are way undercounted and we can't afford to stay undercounted. We have hospitals. We have a need for hospitals in Southeast Queens. We are underbedded. We have a need for schools. We're undercounted. We are undercounted because that we have a large minority immigrant population that's afraid to be counted. I know it's difficult for people to understand that it's a necessary evil that we have to do, but we have to be counted. This is a world of analytics. This is a world of statistics. And this is a world where numbers count. And this is the one time that we have to have numbers. We have to make sure that we respond. We should not have to have a situation where we can't get the money from the federal government under good circumstances, because as you know, there are terrible circumstances right now. But under good circumstances, we need to make sure that we have all of the people that in our area that are actually living here counted. Right now, we're under 30% in some parts of Southeast Queens, and we can't afford to continue that. So please, all of you as business people, all of you as communicators, because you all are communicators, you all are outreaching to people. We need you to be an army of one, recruiting at least 40 people to go out and convince your local friends and neighbors to fill out the census. It's critically important, especially now. If anything that this pandemic has shown us is that we can't get resources without numbers. We can't get resources response without statistics, and also people that are advocating on a serious level to get things done. So I just wanted to jump on and say that. There are 3 different Zoom conferences that are happening between 7 and 9. So I'm going to jump out, but I see my colleague in government who's still in the fight. James Sanders is on as well. I know you're going to hear from him in a minute. He's going to be detailed. That's his tagline, still in the fight, when we have our conferences, because he's a fighter, and he's a person that understands that we have to continue to raise our voices. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to raise your voices. Don't be afraid to seek advice. There's plenty of free services out here, so don't run around spending $10,000 on a training program. It's not necessary. So there are opportunities, so please take advantage of them. And everyone have a blessed evening. See you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Senator, for coming by. God bless you. And we'd love to hear from you, State Senator James Saunders, Jr.
Greetings all. I trust that you can hear me. If you can, Ms. Okay, I'll take that to mean yes. It's good to see all of my colleagues there, and it's good to have seen Senator Comrie, of course, and everyone else. I think that we're in the most difficult waters we have found ourselves in the last probably 100 years. And the way I'm reading it now, I'm the chair of banking and I'm the chair of MWBE at the state senate. And so I'm the chair of economic development for the National Black State Legislators and a couple more titles. And the way I'm reading it, based on all of the information I'm getting, is that barring damn near a miracle of God, that we're about to lose 1/3 of our businesses. We're about to lose 1/3 of our churches at that. And as the conversation goes on, I hope somebody questions me as to how this is and what, if anything, we can do about it. So I'm going to stay with you and jump off at close to 8 o'clock, probably 5 to 8. So if there's anything that you want from me, I would encourage you to do it early. Otherwise, I will listen carefully. I respect the other speakers, and I'm anxious in the conversations. Everyone be well. God bless us all.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that you're staying on with us as well. So at this time, let me see. I would like to welcome, I see Veronica Faison from Carver. Could you tell us a little bit, Ms. Faison, Veronica, Carver, some of the things Carver is doing that specifically can help us?
Well, definitely. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. Carver, well, for one, our hours has changed just a little bit from 10 until 4 due to the pandemic. So we've been there. We've been short-staffed. But Carver has been offering the PPP loan to the customers and to the community. We've been in our phase. We've been starting the funding for some of our small business owners that have been funded for the PPP loan. We are still in progress. There are still funding out there for our small businesses. Carver is still taking applications for that now as we speak.
Awesome. And your hours of operation, please?
My hours of operation are from 10 until 4, Monday through Friday, Saturdays from 9 until 1. We're still dealing with social distancing, so we're not allowing no more than 10 people in a branch at a time due to the pandemic, but we are still open for business throughout the day.
Okay, and the branch address, please.
The branch I'm located in Queens, 11502 in Merrick. I look forward to seeing you guys come in there and say hello soon.
You know, it's the only branch in Queens, so.
We're the only branch in Queens at the moment, that we are.
Yes, okay.
Yes, we are.
All right, well, thank you. Veronica is the branch manager, so we just want to thank her for coming on as well.
Thank you and have a blessed day.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, at this time, I'd like to invite Sheikh Amin. Sheikh is our latest board member with the Southeast Queens Chamber of Commerce, and we are so grateful that he joined the chamber. So we want to thank you so much, Sheikh.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Ramadan, to everyone. So I'm also fasting, So basically, in this very critical moment, I think everyone needs some help, some inspiration, some word of wisdom, So thanks to state senators, and our council member and all the honorable members. I'm very happy to be part of this family, and I am also part of the York College Alumni Association. I'm the vice president. So we gladly donate 20,000 to York College, one York emergency fund to help our York College and Southeast Queens community, basically students, who are in need of help. So, and we are also working with a few other organizations. So definitely with Dr. Simon Lord, with the Chamber of Commerce, the Southeast Queens Chamber of Commerce, we can do a lot of great initiative, some community drive, food drive. Right now, I think one of the members, Muhammad Ali, myself, Joy, and few other members, we are also, last week we donate like food, like 2 weeks of food, grocery, and supply to the Southeast Queens members and residents, almost like 100 plus families. And this Friday, we're going to donate another 200 families for the next week. We'll continue to do some like community food drive, helping our neighbors, with this time of crisis. So if anyone need any kind of help, we will be volunteering our time, and we have a really good source of volunteer. It's very streamlined, and everything we are doing for free for our community.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sheikh. I know that Senator Comrie needed some volunteers tomorrow too. So I just wanted to ask you guys, anybody would like to volunteer to go? I can't go. I'm at work at the juice bar, serving down there. So making juice. So, but anybody that has volunteers that can help Senator Comrie out, that would be really good, because they're giving out a lot of food over there. Right, Linus?
Yes, every Thursday we have what we call a grab and go. So we have different restaurants and individuals that are donating meals, and we deliver those meals every Thursday to our seniors in the neighborhood, and hospital essential workers and hospital staff as well. And if anybody wants to volunteer, we need volunteers starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Our setup location is at, I think it's pronounced Juve, the club that's on Liberty Avenue. And I'll put the information in the chat so everybody can see.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for that. At this time, we'd like to welcome Dr. LaRoche. Dr. Daniel LaRoche, he's from Advanced Eye Care. Dr. LaRoche, how are you guys doing up there with the
Oh, okay. Thank you for having me on. Hello, everybody. Nice to see a bunch of new faces and old faces as well. I'm an eye doctor, and our office has been open throughout the pandemic, but we see patients between 9 and 1 just on a half-day schedule that's urgent. We also do telehealth. One of the things that when we started doing telehealth that we noticed is that many of our seniors in the community do not have internet, they don't have a smartphone, and they don't have email address. So that's going to be very important. We have to educate. Can you hear me? I'm hearing an echo. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're hearing you okay.
Okay, good. And so many of our seniors have to be brought up to speed with education to be able to communicate with their doctors. Because some of the communication can take place at home over the internet, but they don't have access to these types of things. That's one of the things that I'm learning from the pandemic. Also, we've changed our protocols in the office. All of our staff wears masks. We put chairs in front of the desk to do social distancing. We do deep cleaning with alcohol and Clorox wipes to make a safe environment. And we limit the number of people that come in at a time as well. And we're preparing to do that as well when we roll out. Right now, we're not able to do elective surgeries at this point. But there's a lot of people that are getting sick because they're staying at home and not getting the care that they need. So once we open up on the healthcare front, there's going to be all kinds of other issues with diabetics, hypertension, people on the edge of having heart attacks. That's going to have to come into the healthcare system as well. And so telehealth is going to be even important for our seniors in the community to stay communicated, in touch. One of the things that we've noticed, because I have been going into the office, is that there's an increase in homelessness. And we have a lot of homeless people by the bus stops. So we have to do something for the homeless people to give them some housing, make sure they get tested for coronavirus so that people that are sleeping out on the bus stops on the street are not spreading the virus to the community. One of the other things, we also have to make sure that they're fed. One of the other things is that this opportunity where people are being, don't have jobs, high unemployment that's taking place. We have to create, people have to think outside the box to create new business opportunities so they can start to become independent. An example of this, one of my clients, patients I should say, is a seamstress, does sewing and sewing repairs and making clothes. So you can do that. So I said, one of the things you can do is maybe make masks. And you can make masks and sell masks in that respect. So that's a big need now. We're going to be wearing masks for the next 2 or 3 years until this pandemic is over. Also for the politicians just moving forward, we have a tremendous amount of obesity in the community that's leading to the high death rate amongst the Black community. So moving forward, we have to do different things like bike paths and increasing exercise and addressing obesity. We spend about 1.2 trillion on products nationally. One of the things is food. A lot of money is spent on food. There's opportunity to start healthy food business as well, because that's very important in the community. We have access to healthy, affordable food, because there's not much of that in the community. And then the other thing is there's a shortage of doctors, shortage of Black doctors, okay? One of the reasons, and that's leading to disparity in the hospital. There are reports on the internet or on Facebook where Caucasian nurses are reporting that Black patients are not receiving the care they need in the hospital, possibly contributing to a higher death rate. And we have a tremendous shortage of Black doctors and Black nurses. And so to overcome that, for the politician standpoint, we have to eliminate the standardized testing barriers that's stopping the students from getting to the magnet school. We have to try to take the best students from each community to go to the magnet school and not just use standardized testing that's keeping the Black students out for a variety of reasons because of bias. So these are some of the observations that I made and some of the recommendations I have. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And Dr. LaRoche, what type of Dr. LaRoche, could you tell us your address and the name of the practice? I know you treat cataracts.
Yeah, I'm an ophthalmologist, so we do all medical eye care, surgical care, specialize in glaucoma, cataract surgery. We have an office on Jamaica Avenue, 21543 Jamaica Avenue. We also have an office in Harlem, 49 West 127th Street. We're able to do emergency surgeries at this point at New York Pioneer Infirmary. And I've been doing emergency cases on a regular basis weekly as needed, but we can't do elective cases at this point in time until the governor opens in New York.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. LaRoche. And also thank you for Dr. LaRoche was one of our very first board members. So we thank him for serving on the board of the Southeast Queens Chamber of Commerce. At this,
I want to say one more thing. I'm sorry. Thanks for having me. I do want to thank Carver Bank because I got a PPP loan through Carver Bank. Because I applied initially through Chase. Chase was my bank, and they gave all the money to the big boys. And for the second round, I applied through Carver, and I did get it. So I'm waiting to hear from it. I also want to thank Senator Comrie's office and Ernest for the work that they're doing. I'm on the email listserv there. I get all the information. And they did connect me to Piermont Bank, too, who was very receptive to helping me out for also applying for some of this funding. So thank you.
thank you. Thank you for sharing. There's someone speaking about small businesses. There's Paula. Paula, are you still on the line?
I am. I'm here.
Okay, could you tell us a little bit about, where you work and how can you help us small businesses, please?
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Reverend Lord, for inviting me for this lovely webinar. So my name is Paula Bretos. I'm a senior account manager at New York City Small Business Solutions Center, the Queens. We're located on Sutphin Boulevard, right off of Jamaica Avenue. Currently, we are closed. So as you see, I'm here in my kitchen. And over there, we do share space with Department of Consumer Affairs, as well as Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. So basically, it is a one-stop shop center where small businesses take care of, one-on-one business advisory or, consultations, as well as transactional, like if you're paying for your permits, licenses, or getting fingerprints, or let's say if you have to take an exam for your home improvement contract license, and so on. So anything that you do with the Department of Consumer Affairs, you are able to do it at this location. It is one of the first locations, actually. In addition, I'm sorry, I think you guys are gonna have to mute though, because I hear an echo.
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo too. And people
Everyone
like
has to go on mute.
Yeah, people mute so we can hear the person talking.
Okay. So to give you a brief overview of our services, so for starters, we offer a lot of courses, free workshops. Right now, we are conducting webinars. I wouldn't say things are business as usual. We have had a high concentration in assisting the small businesses and entrepreneurs during this, pandemic of COVID-19 and getting you to funding and assisting through all the programs that the city is offering. But here and there, we are still assisting those folks who are thinking of new businesses, who are writing business plans. So we are still conducting those type of webinars. I can probably, share a link afterwards because we have had to adjust how folks are registering for things, in the meantime. So I'll share that in a few. In addition, we're also still conducting consultations, and these are legal consultations. So as I mentioned, if you are, thinking of starting a business in the upcoming future, or if maybe you have to have a discussion in regards to your legal agreement, a legal lease, commercial lease, or anything pertaining to drafting any type of agreement, that's another topic. Or perhaps you're in the process of doing something that has to do with intellectual property. So we are still taking those referrals, and currently it is being done over the phone, and thankfully with one of our partners, the Legal Aid Society, they are the ones who are very promptly and very quickly. So, you know, if you fill one out today, you may just be able to speak to someone in the next couple of days. Right now, you know, recruitment is still something that we are working on, especially for the essential workers, businesses that are still operating, anything from warehouses to restaurants to food establishments. You know, as the way we are still operating some way or another on the limited capacity. So we are currently still assisting with that, and the way is we do the outsourcing and pre-screening and send candidates for the entrepreneurs and the business owners to interview, and then we just put you in through the process, of course. Something to keep in mind, it's not necessarily, you know, as an importance right now, but when we do go back to our businesses, is customized training funds. So if your business has at least 10 employees, there's an opportunity that the city does offer some giving back, something back to the businesses. And basically it's a reimbursement program for training your staff. So again, if you have at least 10 employees and there's something that you want to train them in, as long as it's not mandatory by the state, city, or federal government in order to operate. So think about, it could be as simple as English as second language, Excel, it can be sales, management, it could be training for new equipment, new machinery, anything in order that's going to create an impact, that's going to better the business, that's going to you know, provide some, you know, sort of certification or maybe, you know, overall skill sets for the employee. So basically what that entails of is they will reimburse about 50 to 60% for the cost of the training. You do have to pay for the full training up front, because since it's kind of like a grant, so since this grant is only for training staff, therefore you do have to pay it up front, and with receipts and confirming that the trainings were completed, then they will reimburse the 50 to 60%. We help out with the MWB certification. Basically, the MWB certification as of October 1st, 2019, it has changed to online. So now everyone is applying through online, but we are still assisting the client. You know, we're still reviewing the forms, making sure that everything is 100% complete and that you submit a complete application so that you can go into the process of getting certified and, you know, going into those opportunities in applying for contracts with the city, and also with the state, or let's say Port Authority or New York City School Construction. That's in a nutshell what we offer and how we are still operating. Things are still very limited, as we know, with the current situation that we are all experiencing. But we are still open for a lot of questions, a lot of referrals. I do invite you guys to visit our website, which is the SBS website, Department of Small Business Services. There is a lot of more detailed information pertaining to COVID-19. Right now, what we are doing with that is every day it changes for us. You know, sometimes we have to collectively, as a system, reach out to more than 500 business owners and encourage them to apply, or maybe they've already applied and, you know, we're walking them through phase 1, or maybe we're reviewing documents. So the process has changed for us on a daily basis and on a weekly basis. Right now, I can't say there is a particular lender, although I just learned that Carver is still accepting applications. We had learned, like earlier today, we learned that Bank of Hope was accepting applications, but then we were confirmed that they were no longer taking. So it is an everlasting changing situation for all of us in our homes, in our families, in our businesses. But we are here to assist. So, you know, if you have any questions, you know, ask me now, or again, I'll put my information up after this. I know there's a lot more folks that want to, you know, have the floor right now.
Thank you so much, Paula. We really appreciate that. Thank you. So we want to hear from, there's someone from the, before we go to Eric from the Eric Parker from the SBA. I'd just like to shout out Dr. Oconto from Rapid MD on Merrick. Hi, Dr. Oconto. Here to say a quick hello and exactly what are your new office hours in case anybody does not want to go to the hospital, they could come to Dr. Oconto right there by Rapid MD.
Good evening, everybody. Sorry, I joined you late. I'll be brief. We have an urgent care center. Rapid MD is in Laurelton, is on Merrick Boulevard, 217-14. And we've been in operation. This is going to our 12th year. Incidentally, we just opened a new center today in the Bronx. Is in thank you very much. Is in the Shopwell Plaza. Is on Boston Road in the Baychester area. You know, it's been the last 4 weeks have been very, very challenging for us, especially we were open throughout this period. And you know, people didn't want to go to the emergency room for anything. And so we had to deal with a lot of even sick patients. But I'm glad the peak of this COVID it appears to be over. Hopefully it stays this way.
Amen.
Thanks.
And Dr. Oconto, what are your new office hours, please?
Oh, the new office hours, sorry. Monday to Friday is 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturday, Sunday is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Prior to the COVID, the Queen's office, we had a Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we worked from 8 to midnight. However, since the COVID period, we came down to 8 to 8, Monday through Friday. Hopefully, once we're done with this COVID-19 period, we will probably go back to the schedule we had before this.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, I just want to, there's somebody that I wanted to acknowledge, Hush Parek and Sylvina Brooks, that they hear, Quinton Bailey from the JFK Redevelopment. I just want to ask Sylvina to say hello if there's anything that you are working on that we should know of. Okay, I think she went. Okay. While we're waiting for Sylvina to come back on.
I'm here, Simone.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
I have the baby in the background, so I do apologize.
Okay.
And I was just getting ready to switch devices, so just bear with me.
Okay. Well, take a minute. Can we hear from Eric P. and we'll come back to Sylvina. Take your time, Sylvina.
Yes, good evening. Thank you, Simone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, Simone, and thank you to all the esteemed elected officials that are on this call. It is my honor to be on this call with you. Yes, it is my honor to be on this call with you this evening. My name is Eric Parker, and I am an outreach liaison with the Department of Small Business Services, that's SBS, not to be confused with SBA, which is a federal agency. My colleague Paula was just speaking about most of the great services that we're offering at SBS, but I can add to that by saying that we are also hosting daily webinars for small businesses. If you're a small business and you're still looking for financing out there, we give these great webinars on a daily basis on how to access grants as well as loans, not just from SBA, but from some of the smaller micro lenders. Okay, so I would really strongly encourage small businesses to go to our Eventbrite page. There are a lot of teachings on that page where you can learn about online marketing and other kinds of services. Also, those during this COVID crisis, we know a lot of individuals are out of work. I'm happy to say that our Workforce One centers are working diligently to help those job seekers seek employment. We plan to place over 1,600 jobs within the next couple of months. There are over 150 businesses that are looking for staff. So if you're interested, again, you can go to our website, nyc.gov/COVID-19biz, and find out about how you can apply if you're looking for work.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you so much. That's really, really very interesting stuff. I didn't know you guys work at the same office. Okay. Awesome. Glad to have you sharing this wonderful information. We have a question from Reverend Bernadette Logan to Senator Saunders. She would like to know explain how the churches, what can we do to help the churches? We are currently closed. Senator Saunders.
Sure. The churches have the same problem that businesses have, small business have, that their source of revenue, the tithes and the offerings that people have, has basically not come in. Now, this really affects the smaller church, well, two different sets of churches. The smaller churches, these storefront churches, of course, are behind at least a month, perhaps 2, perhaps even 3 months on their rent. Now, when this COVID crisis has been declared over, people are not going to immediately flock back. So the chances of many small churches being unable to pay their rent is very high. So you're going to see a large default of small churches. Then you're going to see a problem with larger churches. Many of your larger churches have over-invested in their infrastructure. They bought, their cathedrals are too expensive, too large and too expensive. They have been without regular tithes and offerings for at least 2 to 3 months, and people are not going to flock back fast. So they are undercapitalized. So we have a real problem there. It is a very creative use that Congress came up with, and we to thank our congressmen and others, that they allowed the Payroll Protection Program, PPP, to be used for faith-based community and the nonprofit community. This is the first, my friends. It never was done before. Now, not everyone has been able to take advantage of it. The first phase of the PPP program, some people have called a hoax. It has been dismal in getting to our community. The second phase that I was working with the congressman on has been better, yet the jury is out in terms of has it been successful. I'll stop and see if I've answered the question.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Senator. You know, I just wanted to say really quickly that God is able still, so, and he will always be able. So we are not worried as the churches. We are not worried because we believe that he is able. But I just want to turn this to Reverend Bernadette, and then we'll come back to Sylvina. Reverend Bernadette, you're a nonprofit, you're a pastor, you have a church, and are you with me in that God is able?
Oh,
and
God is more than able. I'm just astounded by what God is doing, and I really.
And what are you doing to help? Because I know you know some things that can help some other churches as well.
Yes, yes. Well, number one, first of all, we need to have a structure in our churches and an opportunity to know how to function as a business. That's a strict entity that we need to know. We also need to understand that when you have things in place and when crises show up, you don't panic. You don't panic and you don't get scared. You just stand still and trust God. And I'm an affirmation to what you're saying, Pastor Lloyd. I'm getting more money than I've gotten before this crisis. I'm getting, and we applied for our PPP, we've got it. There was some knots, some ties that were, but you see, the key to this situation is consistency and also faith. And when you take that step of faith and you begin to reach out, and then you begin to share with others what's going on, you get money in your bank like this. Where is this showing up? How is this showing up? But at the same time, you have to have your records in place. You see, I'm a very structured and organized person. I use ADP. I have records, I have files, I have everything in place. And a lot of we talked about this years ago with Senator Sanders about organizing our churches and getting structure in place and getting our business plans and our 501c3s together. He's been doing an excellent job. I commend all of my Congress and elected officials having these wonderful meetings and teaching us and training us. He has a training now about how to get the PPP money. So I commend him for a great job. And I also want to acknowledge any other elected official, Adrian Adams and Derek Miller and all of them that are working in the Southeast Queens, doing a wonderful job. And Pastor Lloyd, I want to thank you for allowing me to be on your board of directors. There's a lot of work we have to do in this community. I'm a person of transformation and regeneration. I'm a person of working with all types of people in all types of given areas. So what I've been doing thus far is something unique. Because of the social distancing and the gathering of everything, we've had an appointment, and I'm getting calls from all agencies from New York, all around, York College, the Department of Health. All these entities are calling our site because a lot of the food pantries are closed in this area. They're absolutely closed. There's no long lines outside. So what's happening is that they're coming, and I'm having an opportunity to do what you call community outreach. And this community outreach doesn't just extend giving them a bag of food. It goes a lot further than that. Matter of fact, we ran out of some food this week, and we had a budget we put aside from our church. So I had to call Costco to deliver some food to a family. Let me tell you, things are so wonderful that's happening right now. And I just want to encourage everybody on the line that God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we could think or ask. And we don't have to be afraid in this drought. We just have to do the basic principles. Just to add in some initiative that you have, you got to work on your immune system. You got to take vitamin D3, and you also got to drink some ginger every day. You do that, those antibodies and all that stuff in your body will die. I'm just so excited right now. I'm just amazed. But you know what more I'm more excited about? The harvest is, the laborers are few, but the harvest is great. He was sharing about how the churches are losing their people and how the doors are closing. I have a different concept. My concept is that because I'm reaching out and I have a list of over 500 people that I'm calling individually, and I'm coaching, I'm counseling, I'm praying, I'm encouraging, I'm feeding, I'm having the children in their homes sitting down, having Bible study around their couch, and just doing amazing things that is just showing up, that's bringing togetherness in our unity, so, and our families. So I'm not afraid, and I want to empower, and I want to encourage everyone on this conference call, and thank you, by the way, for having it, that we can empower each other to move on. So thank you again, Pastor Lloyd.
Thank you so much for that affirmation and encouragement as well. We all needed that as well. I'd like to go back to Silvina because they're doing great things working over there. She and Natasha and Quinton Bailey and Hirsch and the whole team, we really, really salute them. So are you guys, how can you guys help Silvina?
Hi, Dr. Lloyd, and thank you for having us at your meeting virtually this evening. Greetings to everyone. I'm glad you all are safe and well. So just wanted to provide some brief updates as you requested, Dr. Lloyd, just to let everyone know that the JFK Redevelopment Outreach Team remains committed and focused on engaging with the community around the redevelopment program. Obviously, given the circumstances with New York State being on pause, while we are not accepting the public to come into the office and our office is not open, we are operating still Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. We are available by phone and by email. We have been conducting our meetings virtually, as have our terminal developers. As many of you may have known from past meetings that both Natasha and I have attended and presented. We have our partner hours for our terminal developers, for other community partners such as CAO and ASDO, and they are still looking to engage with the community They continue to have their partner hours as well, and I'll just quickly share what those are. American Airlines continues to do their first Fridays from 11 to 1. Recently, they held a virtual session with Holt and also Penda Aiken, who's their compliance consultant, providing information how you can participate on their program. JMP, which is the JFK Millennial Partners Consortium, they also have been holding their sessions every first and third Wednesdays from 1 to 5 p.m., again, virtually. Also, the new Terminal 1, they hold their hours every Tuesday from 1 to 5. And, you know, these are the hours that they typically have been holding events lately. If those hours and days do not work for you, you're always welcome to reach out to them. Their contact information is on our website at www.anewjfk.com. Also, we encourage you to, sorry, that's Olivia in the background. Last time you all saw me, she was in my belly. She's out. But nonetheless, so we have a number of events happening. Today we held a certification workshop virtually for the first time. We had 80 participants, and we have another one that will be taking place on May 14th. Quentin, who's my colleague, also on the line. He works with our diversity and inclusion unit, specifically working with us on the JFK redevelopment program, which we said a long time ago that was, you know, one of the many ways the Port Authority demonstrates its commitment to wanting to help businesses in our communities. And so we were able to host that today and look forward to hosting future sessions. Quentin also remains available for businesses who would like to have that one-on-one connection. If you call our main number, which can be found on the website, the number is, and I should know this, but I want to make sure I'm giving it to you correctly, but it's 718-244-3834. So that is the main number. So when you call that number, you'll be greeted by Jewel Grant, and Jewel will take a message from you and relay it to the appropriate person, whether it's terminal developers or if it is, you know, one of the team members, including myself and Natasha. Quentin is also helping me. He's in the chat, just sharing additional information.
Yeah. Hi, Quentin.
Yes, Quentin is there as well. And in a nutshell, we remain here ready to help the community, connect them and inform them of what's happening across the redevelopment program. We look forward to being able, you know, to resume somewhat of normalcy, returning to our office at some point when it is safe to do so. But in the meantime, please continue to stay connected to us.
Thank you so much. And the next meeting, you said the next certification is May 14th, right?
The next one is May 14th, but I will just quickly give you a rundown of what else is happening.
On the chat. You can put it on the chat.
I'll put it in the chat, sure.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I really appreciate that. I want to thank the board members of the Southeast Queens Chamber of Commerce for joining us in this meeting. I see Bill Clare on the line from New York Live. Hi, Bill. And I see Riccardi on the line as well. So I just want to thank these two board members here. Riccardi is great, and so is Bill. So Riccardi, I just wanted to see if you can hi Riccardi, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening.
But I just wanted to say hello and thank you so much for, you know, agreeing to help move the Southeast Queens.
Yeah, I'm here.
Into the next realm.
No coffee, no sleep.
Definitely happy to be on board.
You know, it's typical whenever thank you. Somebody is need to. Oh, okay. We just unmuted. Muted him. So, Riccardi, could you tell us a little bit about if we, you know, like what are the qualifications to get the minority certification?
Sure. Actually, I think I see one of my clients right now that is certified. Ms. Rose. She's a MWBE. You know, she came to our office. Wonderful product. You know, she went through the process, but it's obviously the business has to be owned by a minority and or a woman. You know, that's you know, like the key thing.
Hold on one second.
And the you know, that you have to be in business for at least a year in terms of when the company was formed, and then typically what you have to provide is just proof of operations. You have to show that you've sold something to somebody in the past year, and that you have you know, the proper documentation of your business ownership. So you have to have your incorporation documents, your filing receipts, and so on. And you also have to provide your latest tax return. It's a and the city, state, and port authority are three different entities, but we actually try to help people to get certified, you know, through one process. I see Sylvina Brooks there, and Powers. You know, we work with the port authority, you know, doing some trainings and so on, trying to get people to get certified. But it's you know, there's no charge for the process. It's really just making sure you have your documents in place and filling out a form, and that's something that at Quincy DC we provide help with.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sure.
Okay, before we move on, we just wanted to acknowledge, just to say hello to, there's somebody there that I just saw came on, Hirsch Parek. Hi Hirsch, how are you? Okay, so at this time we have two other speakers before we open the floor to our small businesses to hear quickly from them. And we will do it in order though. But I'd like to hear from Claudette Harris Stout, because they've been doing good work in the community. And I'd like to hear, you know, are you guys doing anything right now that can help?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, my name is Claudette Harris Stout, and I'm the founder of the Guyanese Girls Rock Movement and president of Guyanese Girls Rock Foundation. We're a nonprofit organization based in St. Albans, Queens here. You know, there's the Guyanese population. We're
Yeah, I'm here, I'm back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Should I go ahead?
Please.
Yes. You know, Guyanese, we're the 5th largest immigrant population in New York City and the 2nd largest immigrant population here in Queens. Our organization, we're an empowerment organization for Guyanese women and girls, but one of our programs, our Young Women Leadership Academy, it's a leadership development program that is run out of the Queens Library. On the normal circumstances at the Queens Library and the Teen Center, we teach leadership development and offer mentoring to young women of Guyanese heritage. But due to the COVID virus, we've had to, and thankfully we were able to move our programming to a virtual classroom setting. So we're able to still provide those services to our young women virtually. We meet every other Saturday. It's a 2-hour program, and we teach the leadership development course. In the second hour, we bring in women from the community, professional women, to offer workshops on different topics. But I wanted to, you know, to stress that we need to, there's a lot of talk about, you know, businesses, and we need to pay attention to our teens. Our teens are feeling what we're hearing from our programming. They're feeling isolated, you know, they're at home in close quarters with their parents. Some of them are frustrated, and they too are having a hard time coping with being at home. So if you know, if is there any way you can reach out to a teen and, you know, talk to them, see how they're coping with this virus, because, or the isolation from this virus, they too are having a hard time. We've had to postpone our other programming and event for Women's History Month. We started a Minority Immigrant Women Initiative, and we were going to host what's called Web, a Woman Entrepreneur Business Breakfast, so minority and immigrant women, but we had to postpone that. We're planning something for the future, in the next few weeks for our frontline workers. A lot of them are Guyanese women, nurses, or doctors working on the front line. So we're working on a give back initiative for that. But what I would like to offer, just sitting here thinking about it, if, our programming is offered via Zoom on Saturdays, if there's a young person in your household and they would like to be a part of that, we're welcome to open it up to the rest of the community as well. You can reach out to me, Chloyette at GuyaneseGirlsRock.org, my email. We're on social media. Our website is www.GuyaneseGirlsRock.org. Feel free to reach out to me. As I said, we teach leadership development. We have a number of very interesting workshops. We had one of our volunteers coming and do a workshop on the art of happiness for young women. We're offering them, we're offering them tips and how to cope with this isolation. We talked about meditation and offering different tools and tips and how to deal with that. So if there's someone in your household, we're welcome to open it up. They can, join us for one of these sessions. We talk about.
Thank you. That sounds awesome. Please be sure to use the chat, people, so that we can all keep in touch.
Yes. I'm going to put my contact information here, and if anyone wants to learn anything more about the organization, you're welcome to reach out.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. We're trying to open up the line for questions. So we'd like to hear, I know that Aminta Narain is doing something fabulous. If we could hear quickly what you're doing. Aminta, are you there? And
she had to drop off. She sent a chat message.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. I want to welcome Natasha. Natasha, how you doing? Natasha Williams from the JFK Redevelopment. I know that her colleague Selvina just spoke, but I just wanted to say hi to Natasha. Natasha, are you there still?
Hi, I'm here. Thanks for the shout out and for all you're doing for the Southeast Queens business community.
You're so welcome. So thank you. And now we can open it up. I'd like to open it up with Mom's Kitchen, because she is a longtime supporter of the Southeast Queens Chamber of Commerce. So now at this stage, I'm going to call out some names, and then, you guys can all say, I'm very sorry, I missed one person. He was on the line before, but that's our board member, Bill Clare, and he is doing great work at the New York Life, Hi, Bill, how are you?
Yeah.
Bill is working right now as we speak, so we will come back to you, Bill. Still closing deals. Okay. So if we can hear from Mom's Kitchen.
Good evening. This is Tress, one of the moms at Mom's Kitchen NYC, trusting everyone is doing well. Thank you, Reverend Lord, for this opportunity. We at Mom's Kitchen are currently closed because we no longer have access to a pop-up shop. However, we are online. We are currently involved in the Crumb Club with the Queens Center for Progress. We are donating food every Friday to approximately 132 persons, cooking and baking our fresh baked goods. And we continue to do that. We are also seeking donations to help us, to enable us to continue to do that on a weekly basis. And it's been going quite well. And I'm glad to say that it's been a challenge during this COVID-19. But we decided to do what we do best, which is baking and cooking, and to donate to those on the front line. And it's made a difference in our lives and the lives of others that we have been touching. And this coming Friday, we also going to be working with the York College Alumni Association to donate to the folks that they're donating on Friday baskets of food. So we're going to be adding in some of our baked goods into that process also. So we continue to do what we can do and what we do best. Thank you.
Awesome. And I'm sure you're going to give us your website.
Yes.
On the chat, right?
I'll put it into the chat. Thank you.
And Tracy Lee helped us so much with the chamber as well. I just wanted to say hi, Tracy. How are you? And Joanne, Robin, Franco helped us so much as well. So I just want to shout out both of them for having served the board and in such great capacity. I don't know if before we move on, is Bill Clare available? Okay, Bill is still working. All right, I'd like to get down. We have one person, Black Resources. Black Resources, are you there? The Black Resource Network. Okay, so they were supposed to bring on some of the juice bars that are still currently open. So I guess they'll come on later. However, I want to tell you that we are open, Mother Earth Juice Bar and Health Food Store, and we are located at 116-03 Metropolitan Avenue, and that's right in the back by Jamaica Hospital. It's not all the way down, it's just 10 minutes. People think it's really far, but it's in Richmond Hill, Kew Gardens area. It's right, very close. And we have all sorts of herbal remedies that I created. I'm a doctor of natural medicine, a naturopathic doctor. So I've been creating, very, very busy, creating a lot of herbal remedies. That one of them in particular is the olive leaf formula that I have, and it is knocking out any flu. It's antiviral, and they used it way back in the days of malaria and different places. So you could check us out at Mother Earth Juice Bar and come get your energy elixir. Take a shot so that you can build up that immune system. Okay.
Hi, Dr. Lord. On behalf of the Black Resource Network, I'm one of the moderators. So, hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
How's everyone doing? I do have the list of the juicing, the smoothie, and the juice bars that are open, so I can put it in the chat if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, if you can just read it out for us, that'd be great.
Awesome, will do.
Okay, so I'd like to move on down to Barry Braxton. Now, Barry has something very important to share to businesses who are still looking for the PPP money.
Yes, we are BraxtonGlobalInc.com. Put it in the chat. We help small business access capital regardless of personal credit or time in business. We just launched a new program called SBA Express. The SBA is researching a company to do a nationwide project to get up to $150,000 using the SBA Express loan to do it faster than 30 days. And so we have that program. You can definitely visit the website, put your information in. I can shoot that over to you guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you, ladies, for allowing me to speak.
Okay, thank you so much, Barry. We really appreciate that. And I just want to shout out here from Latasha Smith from Occasions. Occasions has been in the community doing so much good work for so long. Hi, Latasha, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Good.
That's good. I'm excited to just hear from so many people. Again, I'm from Occasions Banquet Hall on Merrick Boulevard, and we've been closed since the 21st, so I haven't gone back in. Unfortunately, I did catch the virus, so I was down for about a month and a half, so I'm a little behind in trying to get things going back again and see what we can do to make sure that we're, this would have been our 20th birthday, so we want to make sure we make it to 21 and just keep it moving forward. I got some good information from some of you guys that spoke, so I want to reach out further. I don't know, can I ask a question now?
Yes.
Okay, because I did receive a PPP loan, and I know that they were talking. I had put a private message in, but they only gave me the money for salaries. They didn't give me money enough for any of the other bills, which my salaries, my staff are small, so I didn't know if I could reapply, if I could do something different, or there's different things out there.
Is there anybody that can take that question?
Part for the EIDL loan as well, with utilities and leasing and stuff like Nice to hear your voice, Natasha. It's Barry Braxton from DLC.
Hi.
We rent from Natasha at Occasion Hall. We can't wait to get back in there as well, Natasha.
All right. So Latasha, Barry can help you with that. And also,
Okay, there we go. Okay.
also, yeah, there you go.
I'm learning.
You can help, and you can also ask Council Member Adrian Adams for help too. They will definitely help you with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll reach out when we're off to see what we can do, Barry. And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to get back in either.
All right. And so I want to acknowledge Oma Diona Ryan on the line. She's our newest member, and she's an attorney, been an attorney for 28 years. She doesn't look it. Hi, Oma. How are you?
Good evening, Pastor. Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's safe and healthy.
Yes, yes. And, you know, I knew that at one point, you know, we were hoping that you would run for judge, Oma. We still hope that you might be thinking about that, because now more than ever, you need your expertise and experience.
Well, I was, and I'm still considering it. However, there can't go into campaign in this COVID-19. So I'm still having to do stuff, but I'm not actively campaigning. So I mean, hoping like maybe sometime in the future that, you know, when this goes away, that, you know, we'll all start going out there and I can start meeting people again.
Okay, well, wonderful. And thank you very much for serving on the board.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
Okay. And I don't know if Bill Clare is available, so you can say hello.
You unmuted me?
Yeah, I did.
Microphone check. Hello, everyone. How are you?
Good.
All right. This is my opportunity to speak, or just to say hello.
Well, we wanted to just, you know, hear what you guys are up to at New York Life.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. I am a partner at an office in Rego Park, Queens. We have about 200 agents, and we're still in business at this point. We are considered to be an essential service business. We're still operational, no layoffs, no furloughs. We're at the point of still hiring and servicing our clientele. Matter of fact, because the company had a birthday last month, 175 years old. This company was around before the Civil War, the Spanish flu in 1918 and 1919, which is very reminiscent to the coronavirus. And so through all of the test of time that America had, New York Life has been there since 1845. So we've been able to still maintain our operational business, not any glitches. And so I'm on the call not to say, well, I'm not going through it, because we are. Many of the people who are actually working with the company or being serviced by the company are being affected either by losing their job or having some type of cut, or having some family member who's affected by the virus. And so what we've been doing is we've been extending the grace period an additional 90 days, which if anything were to happen to our clients, we would still pay the claim even though they didn't pay their premium. So that's going on in our industry right now. I'm just gonna send you guys my contact information. I just send it through the chat. If there's any questions that you have about some of the Zoom meetings that we have on a weekly basis to keep you up to date on what's going on with the CARES Act, what's going on financially with those people who want to access their retirement money, and those people who are looking to put their families at more ease by getting the insurances that they probably didn't get in place before. And lastly, we're still hiring for those entrepreneur-spirited people who are looking for a career change or an opportunity. You can give me a call and we can talk about that. But that's what I have to speak on today. Thank you for the opportunity, Reverend Simone.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'd like to open the floor to anyone that would like to say a quick 1 minute what your business is about. at this time?
Reverend Simone, this is Dr. Kunta. Just a quick comment,
Okay.
I have an urgent care center, 7 minority area. Now, the most of my question is that it's a question and also an observation. Most communities have a lot more healthcare services for their needs. All right, I do provide urgent care services. And part of to be effective, you have to have a broad range of medical insurance plans, that are available. All right. The point here is that due to some of the requirements of some of the insurance companies, they use mileage. An insurance company like United Health wouldn't give credentials to my service because they say there's another service in the 5 towns about 2 miles. And I tell them most people cannot go to 5 towns without buses. Even though it's 2 miles, the 2 miles could take an hour to transition from Laurelton to 5 towns. So this is a challenge. Most people want to get care in their community, and I get to see a lot of patients who have insurances we don't have credentials, so they have to pay out of pocket, and this is not good. A lot of people don't want to pay out of pocket. So I've been looking for ways to overcome this challenge because we have so many people in the community who don't have cars. It's very difficult to use multiple buses to access healthcare. So I'm looking for help to overcome some of these barriers because in the Boulevard, maybe it's easy to go for 2 miles, but in the New York City setup, 2 miles from Laurelton, you're gonna need at least 2 buses or a taxi. A taxi is gonna cost you nothing less than $20, So these are some of the things. I have a lot of insurances, but there's some other insurances they can't credential because they say they have a service in 5 towns or some other place. But I'll leave it at that. I'm trying to find a way to overcome this. For the patients, they come there, they need our care, but we can't afford it because they don't have the insurances. I don't know if the senator there or anybody else has some ideas on how to
there's a program now going on where they have extended, people just have to apply. It might be the patient cause that he have to apply, but they have emergency health insurance. And I will send that, find that and send that link out on the Southeast Queens email blast. So I just want to invite you guys to go to seqcoc.org so that this way you can see the different, you can get the different emails that we send out. If everyone here, there might be some people who don't get our emails. So please go to seqcoc.org. I'll put it again in the chat so that this way you can subscribe to our email list. And this way you will get all the different emails on, getting emergency health care and stuff like that. Did anyone want to address that concern or share something? One of the small businesses. I see Vanessa Walker on the line.
Yes, I'm here, Reverend Simone. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. I'm Vanessa Walker of the Apothecary's Gift. I'm a pharmacist by education, and what I do is I parlay that into a business where I make soap, I make hand sanitizer as well. I'm actually working on putting together a kit with hand sanitizer, face coverings, not the N95 mask, but face coverings and gloves, in order to service the public in that way. Because a lot of people are needing to sanitize their hands. They're not always around soap and water, so that is something that I'm doing. I'm also working for Mother's Day because it is a bath and body care business. So I do body butters, I do bath salts, I do a lot of things to make you feel good and smell good too. I like to say I sell smiles.
Do you have a website or?
I'm working on a website. Right now, you can contact me through Facebook. I do have a Facebook page, and I'm working with a marketplace as well. That's The Apothecary's Gift. That's TheApothecary's gift. I'll put it in the chat as well. Thank you.
You're welcome. Kevin Livingston was on the line. Thank you so much, Vanessa. We saw Kevin Livingston earlier. Kevin, are you still there? Okay. Ima Udu, what do you do? Hi, Ima.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Hi, everyone. Good evening. And thank you, Reverend Lord, for having me on this thing. I hope everyone is doing well. So I'm a licensed real estate broker. I'm licensed in New York, and I work with buyers, sellers. I work with businesses as well that are either looking to lease or looking to sell or want to purchase. And so I do a lot in the community as well. I also do a lot of seminars where I offer education, because a lot of times when people are doing any type of real estate transaction, they're not educated. And so it's important for them to know what they're doing, making sure that they're taking the right steps and they have the right people on their team to make it happen swiftly and properly. So I'm here as a resource to help people. I know right now where a lot of people are suffering. They're hurting because of what's happening. They're losing loved ones, and people may be uncertain of what may happen with their property, or if they're looking to purchase, or if they're in a lease, what can they do, or just need resources or answers on what their options are. So I'm here to help and educate, and any information I can provide in any way, I'm happy to help. And especially in our community, a lot of people are suffering in silence, and they don't know who to ask for help or who to reach out to. So I would love to help anyone and just be a resource. So any questions, anything, feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you. And if you would be so kind to put your number and your information in the chat, and your
Sure.
that would be great.
Yes, I'll put that right now. No problem.
Right. I want to open up the floor for any questions. We have a question. We have a couple minutes before we conclude. We're doing pretty good with the timing. Is there anyone that would like to shout out their business in 3 minutes? Go ahead, Galaxy S10. Okay.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you're not coming up. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Could you
My name is Wilda. My name is Wilda Sufra. I'm a dietitian. I'm working in a hospital now, and we're greatly impacted by the COVID virus. I had it as well. So it moved me to want to educate our community more on how to eat properly. One, because those who have comorbidities, they were more adversely affected by the virus than those who did not. And I work in a hospital that's primarily Black people, Hispanics, and the undocumented. So I've seen how not having good health coming in really impacted them and how fast they progressed to being intubated. So I have a website, wellnesswithwilda.com, and I'm launching on YouTube as well. And my goal is to educate primarily Black moms on how to be kitchen pharmacists, like use your kitchen as a pharmacy to kind of heal your family, show them good food practices, and also use herbs and spices and just traditional methods to build up our immune system and to treat, disease and things like that. So that's what my business is. It's completely virtual, primarily education, and just using simple steps and resources that we already have that we don't have to go out of our community to get to live healthier lives.
Thank you. That's very good. And
Thank
if you could type your name and maybe your contact information in the chat so we could all have it.
Sure.
So our next event, we are going to be having another Zoom seminar, and that one would be, the next one would be with Barry Braxton. He's working with the SBA, so he can help us to help some people to get some extra funding. Then we are going to have another seminar with wellness experts, people who can help us with diet and to lose weight. Some people want to lose weight. So we have all of these things, all of these seminars coming up, these webinars, and the only way that you can find out about it would be to go to our website and subscribe. So we want to thank you for going to the website and subscribe, SBCOC.org, so that we will have all your contact information, and we want you to join the chamber. To join the chamber, it's only $250. If you're a nonprofit, it's only $150 for the year. If you would like to serve on the chamber, we would love to have you serve on. We need staff. We need people to help us, volunteers to help us to really get the take the chamber to the next level, to be a world-class chamber, like the other chamber, which is 100 years old. So we're just 7 years old. So we're taking baby steps. So is there someone else that I don't see any hands up that somebody would like to say what they do in New York?
Hi, everyone. Let me just jump in there then. Hi, Reverend Lord, everyone who is still on this call. Thank you so much. My name is Diana Rose, and I am the owner and founder of Jars of Delight, and recently started the company Boxes of Delight. Thank you so much, Ricardi and the QEDC, for assisting me through the process of becoming MWBE certified. That has been great. And Ernest Flowers and Leroy Comrie's office for walking me through the process. I am a recipient of the PPP loan, so that was exciting. And it's been great. Jars of Delight, we are a zero waste catering company and meal prep service, and we cater out of mason jars. But because due to COVID-19, we've had to pivot our business, and now we are also catering out of sustainable boxes. So they're compostable, the entire box. So while we haven't changed our core, which is sustainability, we've been able to pivot, and now we're working with different entities and organizations to provide grab-and-go meals. So if anybody here is on the call and they know of any organization, or perhaps your organization would like some nutrient-dense Caribbean fusion to-go boxes for your organization or to feed some essential workers, we are people. It's been great. One of our goals is really to educate on food sovereignty in our community and food injustice. So that's another, I would love to connect with anybody regarding those two things. Just really highlighting healthy food, because we know what the numbers are saying, we know what the disparities are, we know that those most affected with COVID, with the virus, has been Black and brown communities. So it really boils down to our health and what we're eating and what we're not eating. So yeah, you can check us out at www.jarsofdelight.com or www.boxesofdelight.com. And I'd like to, partner or work with anyone here on the line today.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Also, I just want to mention to you that we are giving at Mother Earth Juice Bar, ME, giving out free power shots and tea to the first responders because they really need to strengthen their immune system. I have a shout out from three members. One is Detective Duhaney, and she's on the front lines. So, giving her she's coming in for her package. It's a wellness package where you get energy elixir, you get the power shots, you get a lot of tea, different things that will definitely really that system and knock that virus to smithereens. Yes, we have the products. So you guys gotta come check it out at the Juice Bar and Health Food Store. We're at 11643 Metropolitan, behind Jamaica Hospital, and you are gonna see us a lot on television. I think that's about it. We want to ask you again, to join the chamber if you are not a member. I see you, Dr. Okonta. Before we conclude, just 1 second. Before we conclude, I just want to mention two members of the chamber that they are open, and that's Dr. Rollins, Dr. Dwayne Rollins, and that our brother, Dr. Rollins. We all of color on this line, it seems, and we all in the Southeast Queens community. Dr. Rollins has been in business for a very long time. He's an ear, eye, and nose specialist, and they are located in Rosedale at 253-02 147th Avenue, and I will put his information. Also, I want to shout out to Panache Restaurant. They also in business still, and they would give us their hours, but they didn't call in as yet. Somebody else that Jamaica Smiles Dental says hello, Dr. Parker. So he's over there on Linden, opposite the next to the Nick Miller's office. That's Dr. Parker, another brother in business, another doctor. We sure have a lot of Black doctors in our community. So I just want to state that, and I know Dr. Okonta had something that he wanted to share quickly. And
well, I just wanted to appreciate you giving me the heads up about this. I'm so tied up was trying to open up this new center in the Bronx, but certainly I would like to, become a member. I've known you for a long time now, so at this point I would just get engaged. Finally, we have a center. We've been there for 12 years. The urgent care, the only urgent care in that Southeast, we've had that place, and we are available all the time, Monday through Sunday. Before the COVID period, we were doing 8 to midnight, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. But we are down to 8 to 8, Monday to Friday, and at the weekend, 10 to 6. So we just want to make sure we can sustain most of the Black businesses patronizing them. And if we don't patronize them, the business will be out of they will be out of business, and they won't be available to us. So I encourage people. We have had patronage. We look forward to many more years in Laurelton. Thank you, Simone, again.
You're welcome.
All right.
And give my regards to Francisca, your beautiful wife. We love her. She's so wonderful too. Okay, guys, if there's anybody else that needs to say something, that's a burning desire, you feel a little shy, but you have burning desire to say something, now is your time as we conclude the meeting. You can raise your hand, but I'll wait 1 minute. If you haven't spoken before and you have a burning desire to say something, all right, nobody?
I'll speak.
Oh, somebody has a burning desire to shout out their business. Go ahead, Mr. Khalil.
Sure, absolutely. Good evening, everyone. Sorry to hold up the call, but I'd like to just formally introduce myself. This is my first Southeast Queens Chamber of Commerce meeting, so I just wanted to share a space with you guys and hear what the business leaders are saying. I'm a member of Community Board 14 in the Rockaways. I'm also a candidate for the New York State Assembly in the 31st District. So just getting on the call to let folks know that we have an election coming up that is not canceled. June 23rd, we will be voting for the State Assembly seat. So it's very important that folks get out to vote and make sure we know what's happening in that space. So 31st Assembly District is Rosedale, Springfield Gardens, Brookville, South Ozone Park, South Richmond Hill, and Far Rockaway.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Best of luck to you. Okay,
thank you.
Guys, so we have come to the end of our meeting. I just want to encourage Omar Dionarine. We need a judge like you in this system. We really, really do. And we hope you would run for judge to represent minorities. We really you know, thing that
You're too kind, Pastor, and I certainly will. And thank you. I mean, we need more minority judges in our community, and I'm looking forward to one day.
Yes, amen. We'll close on that good note.
All right, Pastor.
Anybody that can help Sheikh, I'm in. He's out there spending his own money feeding people. Please let us see if we can give him some donation, some food, extra stuff, so that you know you have extra to give. Sheikh, I have some extra to give. I can give some fresh juice from the juice bar, you know, but I can give you something. So if everybody please can, you know, give Sheikh something to give to the people, that would be great. Sheikh, you already put your information, and I'm gonna share it on the blast.
Okay. Yes. One thing, it's not just food. If you have some neighbor or someone who is undocumented, some senior, who needs some help to grocery or medicine, things like that, let us know, because we have a team of volunteers. We are doing from our own. So we just try to help our neighbor. This is the global crisis, and we are all in this together. In this journey, we are fighting this together and stay strong as a team. So, thank you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, guys. God bless you.
So, Ms. Lord, did you put his information in the chat?
Let us put Sheikh's information. Sheikh, could you just put in your information? We're gonna just while you put it, we're gonna wait for it, Sheikh. You can put it in the chat, Sheikh.
Yes.
Okay, so we're just waiting for that information because we want to text you something, even if it's a cash app. We want to text you something, even if we can give something, you know what I mean, to help you so you can go, because we trust Sheikh, by the way. I just want to let you know Sheikh ain't going nowhere. Okay, if you send Sheikh a little cash app, he's not going nowhere. He is a community member for real, the kind like
Yes.
put money
Only one thing, sir, because I also work in the U.S.
Yes, sir, Barry.
I'm a U.S. Army Reserve.
Good. How are you, man?
When the training come, only that time I go for training, But besides, I'm gonna be always with the community.
Yes, yeah. Sheikh is trustworthy. We can give him a little something so that he can help us all to feed the community. Maybe whatever you have, you can give, or you can call me. You can bring it to the juice bar, a package maybe, and we give it to Sheikh, and he goes with his volunteers. There's a lot of volunteers he got. He will go with the volunteers and give it out to feed the people. Also, Lisa George is giving out food as well. Also, Detective Duhaney is giving out food. So I want to wish you guys a happy Mother's Day, the ladies, and my birthday is Monday. So
Moms Kitchen NYC is also giving out food, so please think of us when you're doing food giveaways.
Okay, awesome. So remember to send me a little Facebook email, something for my birthday on Monday, okay, guys? I love you guys. Thank you so much for being community leaders and for helping us all. God bless us all. Amen.
Amen. Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Night.
Thank you, Paula.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night,
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you so much.
All right. God bless you all.
God bless.